The awakening echo. The ground beneath Calora Prime hadn't moved in 14,000 years. The crystalline cities of the Solarian Empire stood testament to their mastery over nature, their spires reaching toward purple skies like frozen lightning. Then came the tremor. Ambassador Thrix felt it first through his secondary neural nodes, a subtle vibration that shouldn't exist. His translucent wings flickered with unease as data streams from across the planet flooded his consciousness. Seismic sensors registered activity where none should be, deep beneath the ancient wastelands, where even the bravest Solarian scouts refused to venture. "Impossible," he whispered, his melodic voice carrying undertones of fear. The readings showed rhythmic pulses, not natural tectonic shifts. Something mechanical. Something alive. The Council of Harmony convened within hours, their collective minds linking through quantum threads. High Chancellor Viridian projected the anomaly data across the chamber's consciousness field. The disturbance originates from Sector 7, the Forbidden Zone. Our ancestors declared it cursed after the Great Silence began. Thrix expanded his awareness, accessing historical archives. The Great Silence, when a promising young species called humanity had vanished from the galactic stage 3 centuries ago. Their colonies went dark, their ships disappeared, their worlds fell silent. The Galactic Concordat had declared them extinct, victims of their own aggressive nature. "I request permission to investigate," Thrix announced, surprising even himself. As the Empire's foremost xenorchaeologist, he'd spent decades studying dead civilizations. But something about these readings stirred an ancient memory in his genetic code. The journey to Sector 7 took 3 rotations. As Thrix's shuttle descended through rust-colored clouds, his sensors detected structures beneath millennia of sediment. Not Solarian architecture, too angular, too defiant of natural harmony. His hearts, all 4 of them, pulsed with excitement as ground-penetrating scans revealed a massive complex. The entrance lay hidden behind a holographic cliff face, technology so advanced it had fooled Solarian surveys for generations. Inside, emergency lighting flickered to life, revealing corridors lined with symbols Thrix recognized from ancient databases, human script. Deeper he ventured, past sealed chambers and dormant machinery, until he reached a vast central chamber. At its heart stood a crystalline pillar pulsing with blue energy. As Thrix approached, the pillar responded to his presence, projecting a hologram that made his wings freeze mid-flutter. A human female materialized, wearing a uniform bearing insignia he'd only seen in historical archives. Her dark eyes held intelligence and determination that transcended species barriers. "Greetings," she said in perfect Solarian. "I am Commander Elena Vasquez, Earth Defense Force. If you're seeing this message, our predictive algorithms were correct. You've discovered us at the precise moment we calculated, when the galaxy needs us most." Thrix's mind raced. But humans are extinct. The plague of 2387. Vasquez's image smiled sadly. "A necessary deception. We didn't die. Ambassador Thrix. Yes, we know who you are. Our quantum computers have been monitoring galactic communications for centuries. We withdrew. We evolved. We prepared." The hologram expanded, showing star charts and tactical displays. 300 years ago, humanity faced a choice. The Galactic Concordat viewed us as too aggressive, too unpredictable. Some species plotted our elimination, so we chose strategic withdrawal. Our population retreated to hidden colonies in dark space, beyond your sensor's reach. "Why reveal yourselves now?" Thrix asked, though part of him already suspected the answer. "Because the convergence is coming," Vasquez replied. "Our long-range sensors detected it decades ago. An extragalactic threat that will arrive in precisely 18 months. The same algorithms that predicted your arrival here also calculated that without humanity's military expertise and adaptive strategies, the galaxy has a 12% survival probability." The chamber suddenly filled with new holograms, massive ships of impossible design, weapons that defied known physics, defensive systems that could shield entire star systems. We've spent 3 centuries preparing, Vasquez continued, not for conquest, but for protection. The question is, will the galaxy accept our help? Thrix felt the weight of cosmic history on his shoulders. How many of you survived? 40 billion, spread across 17 hidden colonies. Our population is trained, equipped and ready. But we won't act without permission. Humanity learned from its mistakes. We offer partnership, not domination. As if responding to her words, the entire complex vibrated. Deep beneath Calora Prime, ancient machinery awakened. Across the planet, similar complexes activated. Humanity had seeded them throughout Solarian space centuries ago, waiting for this moment. The tremors, Thrix realized. You're announcing your presence. To you, and to others. Similar revelations are occurring on 12 major worlds. The galaxy must choose quickly. The convergence won't wait for political debate. Thrix's communicator erupted with panicked messages from the surface. Reports flooded in of structures emerging from oceans, mountains splitting open to reveal hidden installations, orbital platforms decloaking around gas giants. Humanity hadn't just hidden. They'd turned half the galaxy into a sleeping fortress. Tell your leaders, Vasquez said as her image began to fade. We're not the aggressive species you remember. We've evolved, learned patience, developed empathy. But we've also maintained our greatest strength, our determination to protect those we care about. And despite everything, we still care about you all. The hologram winked out, leaving Thrix alone with the weight of revelation. As he made his way back to the surface, his mind processed the implications. Humanity lived. They'd spent 3 centuries preparing for a threat the rest of the galaxy didn't even know existed. And now they offered their strength not as conquerors, but as guardians. The purple sky of Calora Prime seemed different as Thrix emerged from the complex. Across the horizon, ancient human structures rose from hidden places, their architecture both alien and oddly beautiful. The galaxy had thought humanity extinct, had moved on without them, had even celebrated their passing in some quarters. Now came the hard truth. They'd never left. They'd simply been waiting for the moment when the galaxy would need them most. And according to Commander Vasquez, that moment was rapidly approaching. As Thrix prepared his report for the Council of Harmony, he wondered if the galaxy was ready for humanity's return. More importantly, he wondered if they were prepared for what had driven humanity into hiding in the first place, the convergence, whatever that meant. The tremors continued, spreading across Calora Prime like a heartbeat. Somewhere in dark space, 40 billion humans waited for an answer. And in 18 months, something even more terrifying would arrive. The galaxy had thought humans were forgotten. They were about to learn that humanity never forgets and never abandons those in need. The Resurgence Protocol. Admiral Marcus Chen stood on the bridge of the TSS Prometheus, watching a tactical display that would have been science fiction 3 centuries ago. Around him, the combined human fleet held position in dark space, invisible to standard sensors, waiting for the signal. 40 billion souls spread across 17 hidden colonies had prepared for this moment. "Sir, we're receiving confirmation from all sectors," reported Captain Yuki Tanaka. "The Revelation Protocol is complete. 12 major civilizations now know we exist." Chen nodded, his weathered face betraying no emotion. 300 years of hiding had taught humanity patience, but also the weight of timing. And their responses? Mixed, sir. The Exolarians seem intrigued. The Drex hegemony is mobilizing their fleets. They view our return as a threat. The Ethereal Collective hasn't responded, and the Saurian Empire is demanding immediate counsel. Through the view screen, Chen observed the fleet arranged in perfect formation. 2,000 capital ships, 10,000 cruisers, and countless support vessels, all built with technology developed during humanity's self-imposed exile. The Prometheus alone could have conquered Earth's old solar system in minutes. "Sir," Communications Officer Rivera interrupted. Priority message from Ambassador Thrix of Calora Prime. He's requesting direct communication. Chen straightened his uniform. Put him through. The alien's translucent form materialized on the holo display. Even through the transmission, Chen could see the mixture of awe and trepidation in the Xalarian's multifaceted eyes. Admiral Chen, Thrix began, his melodic voice carrying across the light years. I've convinced the Council of Harmony to hear humanity's proposal. But you must understand, many species fear your return. The old stories, they paint humanity as conquerors. The old stories are partially true, Chen admitted. We were aggressive, impulsive, dangerous. But exile has a way of teaching wisdom. We've had 3 centuries to evolve. Ambassador, we're not the same species that terrify the galaxy. Then prove it, Thrix challenged. The Drex hegemony is mobilizing their Grand Armada. They're claiming humanity's return violates the Treaty of Stellar Concordance. How will you respond? Chen smiled grimly. By showing them what we've learned. Lieutenant Commander Walsh, initiate Protocol 7. Across the fleet, human ships began broadcasting on all frequencies, not weapons signatures or threatening maneuvers, but something unprecedented. They transmitted medical data, agricultural innovations, energy solutions, and defensive technologies. 3 centuries of isolation had produced more than weapons. Humanity had solved problems the galaxy didn't even know existed. We're offering this freely, Chen announced on open channels. No conditions, no demands. Consider it our application for readmission to Galactic society. The response was immediate and chaotic. Dozens of species began analyzing the data streams, their excitement palpable even across the void. The Saurian Empire's plague cure, the ethereal collective's energy crisis solution, methods to terraform dead worlds, to repair damaged ecosystems, to extend lifespans across species barriers. But the Drex hegemony remained unmoved. Their Grand Admiral's message was brief and hostile. Humanity's tricks won't fool us. You're predators, and predators never change. Stand down or face annihilation. Sir, Captain Tanaka reported, tension in her voice. Drex fleet emerging from hyperspace. 2,000 vessels, attack formation. Chen felt the old fire stir in his chest, the same aggressive instinct that had once made humanity feared. But 3 centuries of preparation had taught them to channel that fire differently. All ships, implement Harmony Protocol. Show them Operation Phoenix. What happened next would be recorded in galactic history as the moment perceptions shifted. Instead of attacking, human ships began to move in perfect synchronization, creating geometric patterns that generated massive shield harmonics. The combined fleet became a single defensive organism, projecting energy barriers that could protect entire star systems. Attention, Grand Armada. Chen broadcast. You're watching Operation Phoenix, our gift to the galaxy. These shields can protect against the convergence, but they only work when multiple species cooperate. Humanity can't save the galaxy alone. We need you, all of you. To emphasize the point, human ships began sharing shield frequencies with any vessel that would accept them. Solarian scouts found their defenses amplify tenfold. Saurian medical ships discovered their hull integrity enhanced beyond anything their technology could achieve. But the demonstration's true power came when Chen revealed the final piece. Computer, display convergence projection. The tactical display exploded with data, images captured by humanity's deep space sentinels over decades. A vast armada of biomechanical horrors, larger than anything the galaxy had imagined, approaching from the void between galaxies. Ships that consumed stars, entities that warped spacetime, weapons that unmade matter at the quantum level. Silence fell across all channels as the implications sank in. The convergence wasn't just a threat, it was potential extinction for all known life. 18 months, Chen stated simply. That's how long we have. Humanity has been preparing for 3 centuries, but we can't face this alone. We developed Phoenix not as a weapon, but as a bridge. Our shields only reach full potential when different species work together. Our strategies require diverse thinking. Our hope lies in unity. The first to respond was unexpected. The ethereal collective, beings of pure thought who rarely involve themselves in physical conflicts. We understand now. Humanity didn't hide from us. You were preparing for this. Yes, Chen confirmed. Every innovation, every weapon, every defense, all designed to face the convergence, but also designed to require cooperation. We learned our lesson. Humanity's strength isn't in standing alone. It's in standing with others. One by one, responses came in. The Saurian Empire offered their biological expertise. The machine intelligence of Nexus Prime volunteered their computational power. Even smaller civilizations, previously terrified of humanity, began transmitting cooperation protocols. Only the Drex hegemony remained hostile, their Grand Admiral broadcasting defiance. This is deception. Humanity seeks to rule through fear. Before Chen could respond, something remarkable happened. The Drex fleet began to fragment, not in retreat, but in rebellion. Junior officers, who had analyzed the Phoenix protocols and understood what was at stake, began defecting. Ship after ship broke formation, aligning with the growing coalition. Grand Admiral, one Drex captain transmitted, with respect, "Sir, look at the data. Look at what they're offering. This isn't conquest. This is survival." Within hours, the paradigm had shifted. The galaxy that had once feared humanity now looked to them for leadership against an unimaginable threat. But humanity had learned wisdom in exile. Instead of taking command, they established the Convergence Defense Council, equal representation, shared authority, combined resources. Admiral Chen found himself co-chairing the first session alongside Ambassador Thrix, the Saurian matriarch, and even a reformed Drex officer. As strategies formed and alliances solidified, he allowed himself a moment of reflection. 3 centuries ago, humanity had been forced into hiding because of their aggressive nature. Now they returned not as conquerors, but as catalysts for unity. The convergence threat had given their exile purpose, time to evolve, to prepare to become what the galaxy needed. "Sir," Captain Tanaka interrupted his thoughts, "all species have submitted their defense contributions. The combined fleet now numbers over 50,000 vessels. Phoenix shield integration is at 90% efficiency." Chen nodded, watching the tactical display transform as ships from 100 different civilizations moved in harmony. Human technology binding them together, but each species contributing their unique strengths. "And so it begins," he murmured. "Not humanity's return to power, but humanity's gift to the galaxy. The chance to face the darkness together. 18 months to prepare. 18 months to forge a unity that had never existed before. 18 months to prove that humanity's greatest strength wasn't their weapons or their determination. It was their ability to inspire others to stand together. The galaxy had thought humans were forgotten. Instead, they discovered humanity had been remembering every slight, every fear, every moment of isolation, and choosing to transform that pain into purpose. As the first joint training exercises began, as shield harmonics synchronized across species barriers, as former enemies worked side by side, one truth became clear. Humanity hadn't just survived their exile. They'd used it to become something greater. And when the convergence finally arrived, it would face not a fractured galaxy of competing species, but a united front forged by the very race they'd once tried to destroy. Humanity's revenge wasn't conquest, it was redemption. For themselves, and for everyone else. The tremors that had announced humanity's return now pulsed in rhythm, with a galaxy preparing for its greatest challenge. And at the heart of it all, 40 billion humans stood ready, not as rulers, but as partners in the fight for survival. The forgotten had remembered, the extinct had risen, and the galaxy would never be the same.